I'm doing great. I had some like IT issues because I'm I'm doing this interview from a remote location that I'm not familiar with their Wi-Fi, and so
Yeah.
but we're on. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for being so patient.
No problem. No problem. So my first
How are
question,
you?
oh, I'm
You
good.
good?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm great.
Okay, good, good, good. All right, yeah.
My first question for you is when did you discover that you had this like amazing singing voice?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, when did I discover I got the part?
Yeah. Like how did that
Um,
all come about? And you were like you wanted to do it professionally and everything? Like,
oh my goodness. Oh, it's kind of a long story. I've been around music my whole life.
mhm.
Uh, my my two aunts went to Juilliard, one for piano, one for violin. When we moved to the United States, that was a year and a half. We lived on the same floor in the same apartment building, and after school we would be babysat by them and my grandmother
Mhm.
in their apartment. So they taught my sister and I violin and piano, and I guess some singing too, because whenever I went to church, I would sing in the pews very loudly. Um, I didn't know if it was good, but I liked doing it.
Yeah.
But the
I'm sure
first
it's
time,
great.
yeah, exactly, exactly. The first time I auditioned
Mhm.
for uh, a part was in high school. Uh, it was for the production of Oliver,
Mhm.
and I was 2 years ahead for some reason, and so I hadn't gone through puberty yet. And if you know the musical, Oliver sings very high, so I got the part, and I just started doing plays and musicals throughout high school and a little bit in college as well.
Okay.
And then the reason I got into it is that an agent from New York came down to see a show I was doing, and he said, "Hey, you ever thought of doing this professionally?" I said, "No, I'm going to be a psychologist." And he said, "Well, just give it a shot, and if nothing comes up after a few months, then you can go pursue your psychology master's." But something came up, and I've been doing it ever since, and so thankful that I get to be a part of this glorious world of the Descendants because of it.
Yeah.
The
Um,
Rise of Red.
yes, but before this is Rise of Red, though, of course, we know you from
Mm,
Cinderella with Brandy.
okay, all right,
Yeah,
okay,
and
yes,
there's so many versions of Cinderella. But why do you think
yeah.
your version is so iconic and everyone loves it so much?
Wow. I mean, first, I think at the top of the reasons why everyone loves it so much is at its heart is it's a beautiful story with a diverse cast that I feel represents the diversity of this world. And so for the first time, many young boys and many young girls and many men and women were seeing themselves represented on the screen in what's canonically or classically told as European
Mhm.
fairy tales, right? European only fairy tales. So I think that played a huge part in it. And so there's an ownership that comes with that when you're the viewer, right? You feel
Yeah.
like you feel like you can put yourself in the role of Cinderella, or yourself in the role of the prince, or the king, or the queen, or Lionel, or the fairy godmother, or even the wicked stepmother, the
Yeah.
stepsisters. You can be any of those any of those roles, and I think that's a really really powerful feeling that a person can have, that literally anything is possible for
Yes.
them.
I agree. I remember being a kid and watching it. I loved it, watched it all the time, and I was like, this is amazing. So I
Awesome, awesome.
completely agree. Yeah. So how did it feel stepping back
Thank you.
into the role of Charming for Descendants and you got, a whole new generation. So how did that feel?
Right. Well, first of all, it was surreal in the sense that here I am, waltzing with Brandy again, singing with her again, and Je-Ree, when I tell you that she's unchanged by time, I am serious. So so you have that duality of like well, this is the same person, but this is practically almost the exact same person from 27 years ago.
Yeah.
But you know, her soul is unchanged, right?
Right.
And to have that level of trust with her, it just made it so easy
Mhm.
to just to step into the part. And then we have the incredible, astounding Malia Baker, who plays our daughter Chloe.
Mhm.
Um, and there's something about Malia. It's her intelligence. It's her. She's so incredibly well spoken. My gosh, she's like I want to vote for her. She's so well. You know, she's like that level
Yeah.
of well spoken. I envy that to be able to speak so extemporaneously like the way that she does. But she's also a beautiful spirit and she's incredibly talented. So when we were shooting, when she came down the palace steps in her like glass combat boots that she was gifted to by her mother, um, I was Paolo was filled with this immense pride, uh, as if I were her, you know, like as if I were her father, right? And you know, like it's so it. To me, it's strange to have moments like that where you literally are like, oh, you don't need to act here, pal. Just show up and just feel what you're feeling and listen and get what you got to get done. But yeah, I love working with this incredible cast. Oh, and I'm sure you can ask more questions about it, but I do want to talk about Kylie Cantrell because she's a top-notch superstar in
Well,
her
yeah,
own right.
yeah, that's sweet. I was gonna ask, how was it working with Malia and the younger cast, and had they seen your version and what it was like, you know, working with them?
Right. So since a lot of our movie happens in the past,
Mhm.
and it happens in the past, but also happens in the present, but over at Ardon Prep, I'm off seeing Chad in college, you know, our son Chad in
Mhm.
college. So I didn't actually get to work with a lot of the
Yeah.
young actors in the movie, but I will say this, from day one, I could feel this immense chemistry between all of them, and you see it on screen. The chemistry is it's it's absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, there are parts where characters aren't saying anything, but you can feel it. You
Yeah.
feel their entire history, and it's just really cool to see because like I feel like I'm witnessing seeing like the birth of stars, right? You know, the actual birth of stars. I was there at the dawn of creation.
So fun. That's amazing. And then you had that big, you had the emotional scene with Rita Ora, and it looked and
Yeah.
hurt Cinderella will say.
Yeah, I know. This is, I mean, look, I listened to Brandy and Cinderella. Sorry, Brandy and Cinderella. I listen to Brandy and Rita Ora when I work out. You know what I mean? So like, so when I get here, I'm getting to act with them. This is just beyond like the experience is just. I'm still like in the pinch me phase
I
of
know.
it all. I know the movie's out, but I'm still in the pinch me phase of it all.
That's amazing. Do you have any favorite fan experience that you could tell us about?
With regards to our
Fans
movie.
coming up to you, yeah, and just
Oh yeah, absolutely. Uh, Recently, actually, it happened. I want to say it happened yesterday. A friend of mine out in LA was watching The Descendants with his director. He's doing Tick Tick Boom in San Diego, and his director, who I'd worked with before, um, they were watching it together with her daughter, and he said, "Wouldn't it be cool if you like sent a little video message to Juniper was her name, you know, saying hi from King Charming, and because she didn't believe that her mom worked with King Charming, so I did this quick video, texted it off to him, and he told me that she ran away because she was so freaked out that King Charming was praising her mom the way that he was.
That's so cute. Yeah, I
Well,
kind
when
of
you
that to my
think about
daughter too. I was like,
it,
I'm
yeah,
ready to
okay.
follow.
Nice. Maybe, hopefully, she doesn't run away.
No, no, no.
Where are all these girls running away from Prince Charming?
They're too
Cinderella
nervous.
joke. It's a Cinderella thing.
Did you get any cool advice from any of your original co-stars from Cinderella that you used throughout your life?
Oh, her life? Yeah. Um, Both Brandy and I got this piece of advice from Whoopi Goldberg,
Mhm,
and she essentially said, "Be be authentic, be
mhm,
true to yourself. No one can take that away from you. And the more authentic and true to yourself that you are, the more blessings and opportunities come to you because you're moving you're moving through this world with the purpose that you're the only person to live your life in it.
mhm.
And I think it actually kind of plays over nicely into Descendants Rise of Red, right? There are a lot of these expectations put upon by
Mhm.
their parents, right?
Yeah,
On Chloe and Red, and really what they have to do, what all these young people have to do is make their way through the world, make choices, make mistakes.
yeah.
Hopefully, you make some good choices and get some nice lessons out of all, but it's okay. It is literally okay to make mistakes and also make great choices too, because this it's all part of the learning process and the growing process.
It's great advice. Yeah. Well, if the queen can see you now, she has that air.
That's right. You know what's really crazy is that Malia Baker, who plays Chloe, our daughter, uh, and one of the leads of the show, she was on The View the other day, and I believe she hugged Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, her
Yeah,
grandmother
no, yes. There's this like it's come around full
circle.
circle, and it's like what is going on? You can't write this kind of stuff.
No,
Life is can just be so exciting
it
on its
is.
own.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite song from the original, your movie, and this new movie,
Yes.
Descendants?
Oh, wow. I would say my favorite song from the original from Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella is gosh. uh 10 minutes ago. I love 10 minutes
Yeah.
ago. It's it's a joyful song. It's my favorite big dance number
Mhm.
in the movie, uh, and it really captures all of those feelings of being love at first sight, kind of, right.
Yeah.
Um, so that's my favorite from Rogers and Hammerstein Cinderella. My favorite from Descendants Rise of Red, I guess the easy answer would be "So This Is Love," but
Yeah.
actually, it's not. My favorite song from The Rise of Red is "Life Is Sweeter," for the same reasons it why 10 minutes ago is my favorite from the other
Yeah.
Cinderella. "Life Is Sweeter" captures those bubbly feelings of friendship and and joy of what your life can be when you look at the positive things,
Hmm.
when you look at the happy things, right? When you fill your cup with positivity, that's that's what you get to drink. You get to drink a cup of positivity. um, and on top of that, it has the most amount of the cast in it.
Hmm.
Sadly, myself, Brandy, and Rita Ora are not in it, but gosh, this young cast of Descendants of Rise of Red, the chemistry between all of them is is so palpable. And I read these stories on their social media saying like they would get hyped up before they shot
Yeah.
these dance scenes, these dance numbers, and just thinking that they went that extra mile so that the audience could feel the enthusiasm and in their performance, right? They're not just
Yeah.
dancing; they're exuberantly dancing and performing for all of you.
I love that. So, my last question for you is, are you going to be back for any future movies?
In the
Tell us.
in the
Yes.
Descendants, the Rise of Red franchise. Well, I'll be honest with you, Je-Ree. I went to Disneyland the other day, and I went to Snow White's wishing well, and I got a picture of it. I put in my coin. I was like, "Oh, please, 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 let me be a part of any future Useless." And I'm sure there has to be more of them, because there's too many storylines that I want to see play out, and I just really want to see this cast all together again.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for taking time.
Oh, the
Sure.
pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much, Je-Ree.
Have,
Appreciate you.
have a great day.
You too. You have a great day. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.